Hi, this is Estelle, and this is the candy database my partner Lawrence and me made. And now I will introduce all the information about our candy database. As you can see here, we have 5 tables. We have the customer, candy, import, purchase information, and the tax rates. The tax rates is really important that I will mention later. First, let us see all the fields in our tables. First is the customer. Here we have the customer ID, their names, the city and province they lived, the postal code, and the phone number. And last, we have the search field that we can search by their customer ID. And the second one is the candy table. We have the candy ID, candy price, name, the manufacturers, and we have a search here that means we can search by the candy ID. And the next one is the import table. We have 7 fields here. There are candy ID, candy name, the import price, unit number, the cost, and the date. And at last, we have the import search, which means we can search by the candy ID as well. Now let's see the purchase information table. Here we have the customer ID, candy ID, the purchase number, due date, purchase cost, total expenses, and we have 2 search fields, which means we can search by the candy ID and the customer ID. And the last one, we have the total expenses, which means we can automatically calculate the total expenses for each customer by their purchase unit and the single unit price, which we call the amount paid. And the last one is the tax rates. We related all the province and the tax, which means if we know the customer who live in which province, we can calculate the total amount they paid by adding their tax. And now let's see the relationships. As you can see, there are 5 tables. The customer tables are related with the tax rates and the purchase information. The candy table relates also the purchase information and their import. So in the customer table, the customer ID is our primary key, and in our candy table, the candy ID is our primary key. And in our purchase information table, we use the customer ID and the candy ID as the foreign keys from the customer table and the candy table to be our primary key here. And in the import table, we also have the candy ID, which is a foreign key from the candy table to be our primary key here. Okay, now let's look at our database. So this is the first table. We have 10 records in total. And as you can see, this page is only include records from June 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023. Here are the candy ID, candy name, import unit number, import price, import cost, and the date. As you can see, there's a search field. If we choose the number 10, and we press go, we can see the number 10 ID is the linked excellence, and we import 55 in total, and the total import cost is 246.95. And here are 3 links, which link to other table that related to it. And now let's look at the candy information. So here's our product information. We have also 10 records here, and which means we have 10 candies in total. And in this page, we have the candy ID, candy name, candy price, manufacturer, and a beautiful candy picture here. So if we want to find the candy that we want, we can search by their ID. If I choose 10, I press go, we go directly to the linked excellence. The candy price is 5 Canadian dollar per unit per bar, and the manufacturer is linked. So it's the same thing that if we choose other candies. So here is also 3 links that related to our other tables. We have already see the import information and our candy information. Now let's see the customer information. So in this table, we have 10 records in total, and we include their customer ID, their names, the province and cities, the postal code, and their phone number. For this search field, we can choose whatever customer we want. For example, we choose number 3, press go. We go directly to Jacob's page. As you can see, his customer ID is number 3, first name, last name, the province is Ontario, and postcode, phone number. So it's really comprehensive here. And last, let us look at the purchase information. So in the purchase information, we have 19 records in total. And as you see the button here in our customer information page, we have the click button to add a more purchase. The same thing happened to the customer table. We can also click here. We can add a new purchase information. Same thing happened to the customer one. We can click to add a new customer. Once they purchase in our company, we can record their customer name and the candy they bought, everything. So let's see. So for this customer is the number 1, Ethan, and here shows the candy he bought and the total expenses of him, which is after tax, because we have a tax-free table. If we record his province here, and we can automatically calculate the total expenses here. So it's really nice. And after this table, I have to introduce one last thing. It's our price comparison chart. Here. So we compare with the candy import price and the sales price. You can see it's really clear here. For each candy we have the import price and the sale price. It's all here. So this is all information about the candy database. Thank you for listening and watching.